The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Cara Kurtz, and I'm the Senior Coordinator of Business Development at ASTA, and I will also be doubling as the organizer for today's presentation. We are very happy to welcome today's presenters, Joaquin Alvarado, Regional Sales Manager of Western and Northeastern USA for Grupo Xcaret. We also have with us today Ms. Mindy Shea Frazier, Business Development Manager for Visit Savannah. Hello, Mindy. And last but most certainly not least, we are joined by my colleague, Lauren Fells, Senior Coordinator of Marketing at the American Society of Travel Advisors. Before we get started with today's amazing presentation, I would like to point out a few important features on your screen that will allow you to interact with us via the web. We will be answering your questions at the end of this presentation. To ask a question, you will be using your go-to webinar pane. Near the bottom of this pane, there is an area that says questions. If you click the arrow next to where it says questions, it will open up a window pane that you will be using to communicate with us. If you're having trouble hearing this presentation, please make sure that your speakers are turned on. And if you've called in, please try hanging up and dialing in again. You can send me any technical issues via this questions pane, and I will answer them via the same pane to the best of my ability. Also in this pane, there is an area labeled Handouts. Here is where you can find a downloadable PDF copy of today's presentation. Please be sure to download this PDF, which includes important contact information, because it will only be available during the webinar. Also note, all audience are muted. We certainly want to hear from you all that background noise would prove to be prohibitive, and we want to ensure that everyone can hear our presentation today. Finally, please remember that this webinar is being recorded and will be available for your on-demand viewing at asta.org by the end of this week. Now, without further ado, let's get started. It is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker and today's webinar sponsor, Joaquin.
Thank you very much, Cara. Thank you very much for all the travel advisors interested in getting to know a lot more and being part of ASTA. These have been tough times, and it's my pleasure to be here with you today. I will talk about Grupo Xcaret. Grupo Xcaret is a Mexican company. 30 years ago, it started with the first theme park representing Mexico, Mexico's culture, Mexico's food, Mexico's nature, Xcaret Park. Now, 30 years later, we are proud to be the pioneers in an hospitality concept called All Fun Inclusive with our hotels. Next slide, please. Grupo Xcaret has two main branches. The Parks and Tours branch, which involves more than 11 brands of theme parks and tours, all located in Riviera Maya, southeast of Mexico, with these beautiful, pristine turquoise waters. Our hotels, which the first one was opened in 2018, Hotel Xcaret Mexico, and Hotel Xcaret, which just recently opened this month. It's been such a success. They are both 900 suites, 5 diamond properties with a great variety and orchestra of dining options for our clients. And they all include unlimited access to the parks and tours of Grupo Xcaret. Coming soon, next year, we will have our first boutique property, Casa de la Playa. Next slide, please. Now, I want to talk about our travel advisor programs. We have two main programs. The first one is Xcaret Rewards. It's a very simple program where you go online at xcaretrewards.com and register all of your tour operator bookings. The bookings of Hotel Xcaret Mexico will reward you with cash, $100 if it's a week reservation, and $50 if it's between 3 and 5 nights. Now, our Parks and Tours program, called Grupo Xcaret Sales Network. Xcaret Sales Network is our official one and only commissionable sales program. It is designed for travel advisors in the US, Puerto Rico, and Canada, and it is designed to book all of the parks and tours that Grupo Xcaret offers in Riviera Maya, Mexico. Now, today, I will give you 4 reasons to join xcaretsalesnetwork.com. Reason number 1, more profitable bookings. Yes, we adapt to your agency's operation. So either if your agency is more comfortable managing net rates or public rates, we can do it your way. Also, commissions are very appealing, up to 25% on the entry levels and always with the possibility of increase. Reason number 2, achieve Xcaret excellence. We offer a great variety of educational resources at Xcaret Sales Network, from personalized webinars and training sessions to tons of brochures and infographics that will help you to understand our products better. As well, we have an in-house customer care team. Reason number 3, greater booking potential. At Xcaret Sales Network, you can create unlimited accounts for each one of your team members. This means more control over your team and their production, as well as we offer groups incentives and special promotions for high season bookings. And finally, reason number 4, free marketing resources. Yes, nowadays, we have to do marketing ourselves, and probably you use social media, you use a lot of platforms. So we offer high quality videos, images, brochures, and fact sheets of all the parks and tours that promote. You can adapt them to your agency, putting your watermark, and this is all available for you free of charge. These are the 4 reasons to join Xcaret Sales Network. Thank you so much. I just want to finalize the presentation by presenting to you our business development contacts. Myself, Joaquin Alvarado, I am in charge of the Northeast and Western USA. Cecia Riley, my colleague, she's in charge of the Southeast and Midwest, as well as Puerto Rico and Canada areas. And of course, the Queen, Doris Patiño, our corporate business development manager. Thank you very much for today's attention. Up next, I'll leave you with Mindy from Visit Savannah. Hasta luego.
Right. Hello, everyone, again. Well, I wanted to first say that we are so excited that you are going to be coming to Savannah and that we have the opportunity to participate in ASTA's Destination Showcase. So let me tell you a little bit about Savannah. First of all, you're going to find that Savannah has all of that history and mystery that you have heard about. We are known worldwide for our history, so let's take a brief look at that if we can. So we were established in 1733, and we remain one of the largest historic districts in America. We played a role not only in the Civil War, of course, but also we are the site of the 3rd bloodiest battle in the Revolutionary War. Now we have battlegrounds, forts, and all kinds of museums that you can visit where you can really delve into that part of our history if that's of interest. So talking about getting here, if you haven't made your plans or travel plans yet, you're going to find there are lots of flight options. Many of those are direct from major cities across the U.S. And next you can see the airlines that service our Savannah Hilton Head International Airport. And you'll notice that there are the major carriers, but also some really good discount carriers as well. So you should have plenty of options there. So of course, not everything in Savannah is old. For instance, the Plant Riverside District on the west end of River Street is a new hotel complex. It features over a dozen restaurants, several rooftop bars, a seafood pavilion, a barbecue pavilion, and a beer garden, as well as an outdoor amphitheater with nightly entertainment. You also, while you're there, want to be sure and walk into the JW Marriott. It's the anchor of that district. And hanging from the ceiling, you'll see things like a 90-foot chrome dinosaur skeleton. This looks more like a natural history museum than a lobby of a hotel. Really is cool, and you definitely have to check it out while you are here in Savannah. Also going on new in Savannah, we are doubling the size of our convention center, and that is expected to open later in 2023. Now you're going to be staying at the Westin Resort and Spa, which is right next door to that convention center. So you'll see some of that progress going on, but you're also going to have really great views of River Street and the Savannah Historic District from your hotel, as well as our Savannah riverboat. This is the Georgia Queen, and she is the largest riverboat in the U.S., holds about 3,000 people. So we hope you'll get a chance to enjoy her while you are here. Now, of course, we're not the only ones who think Savannah is special. The city boasts a whole host of accolades, including the designation as a top 10 city in the U.S. by Condé Nast Traveler. Next slide. And a world's best city in the United States by Travel and Leisure magazine. So we host all kinds of people here in Savannah. Our visitors encompass a wide demographic, from groups to couples, honeymooners, students, and Girl Scouts. The founder of the Girl Scout organization, Juliet Gordon-Lowe, is a native Savannian, and her birthplace draws tens of thousands of Scouts to Savannah every year. Now, hopefully you've had a chance to sign up for one of our many sightseeing tours. And even if you've been to Savannah before, we're sure you're going to discover something new. Speaking of discovery, our first tour is called Savannah City Sights. Now, this is going to be held on Old Town Trolley. Our trolley system is the best way that our tourists do get around our city. It's going to give you a great overview of the city. It's about 90 minutes, and to give you the highlights of our history and our museums, and you really get a feel for the layout of our historic district. You're also going to visit the American Prohibition Museum. It is the newest addition to our museum collection and is the only one of its kind in the U.S. You're going to see the Andrew Lowe House, which is one of our famed museum homes, and you're going to get to have lunch at the Pirates House restaurant. And yes, it used to be a real Pirates Inn, and yes, it is very haunted. Speaking of haunted, we are America's most haunted city. Now, we didn't just call ourselves this. This was designated by none other than the highly acclaimed Duke University. So for those who want a little bit more of a spirited tour, and check that out, Old Savannah Tours, another one of our wonderful trolley companies, is going to take you on their Old Savannah Ghost Tour. And it's going to take you around to such places as Colonial Park Cemetery, which is our oldest and most haunted city cemetery. You are also going to get to go to the Pirates House, and you might just get a little extra visitor. You never know when you go there for lunch. So next up is our Slavery to Civil Rights Tour. You're going to visit some of the city's iconic sites that incorporate our African-American history from the days of slavery to present day. You're going to take the Freedom Trail Tour through the downtown Savannah. You're going to see sites like the first African Baptist Church, which was built entirely by slave labor. It was also rumored to be part of the famed Underground Railroad system. You're also going to visit the Owens Thomas House, which has one of the most intact slave quarters in existence in the U.S. And you are going to have some amazing food at Sisters of the New South. They serve up some of the best Southern and soul food that you will find anywhere, so definitely come hungry for that. Next is Tybee time. What is Tybee time, you may ask? Well, it's similar to Slovana time, but with the sand and sea mixed in. So Tybee time, you are going to take Kelly tours out to Tybee Island. This is Savannah's beach. It's only about 20 minutes from us. You're going to visit Fort Pulaski, which was very instrumental during the American Civil War. You're going to go up to the Tybee Island Lighthouse. You can climb all 178 of those stairs if you want, or you can stay down at the base and just enjoy the museum. You're also going to get to see the Tybee Marine Sites and Turtle Rescue Center. Folks, this is really special. You're going to be one of the first groups to see it. It literally just opened a few months ago. And you are going to have lunch at the Crab Shack. You are going to be treated to platters of seafood. It is a longtime favorite for tourists and locals alike. Now, if you want to put some South in your mouth, you might have to do a little culinary exploring on your own, because this popular tour really sold out quickly. But for those who are fortunate enough to have gotten on, you're going to take one of our famous walking tours, the Savannah Taste Experience. You're going to go to about 6 or 7 restaurants, actually sit down, be served, hear about the food that you're eating. So you will not want to eat after this for days, trust me. And even better, you're going to wrap it up at the Ghost Coast Distillery. It's our spirited and storied distillery here in Savannah, and you can have some cocktails or mocktails, whatever you want to wrap up that experience. Now, hopefully some of you are also going to stay for our post-fam trip, and if you didn't take the Tybee Island Sightseeing Tour, this is going to go into a little deeper dive about Tybee Island. And again, it's just a short drive from Savannah. You're going to spend 2 nights out there, do things like dolphin tours, dine at some of the famous restaurants out there, and you're really going to get to see why so many people love our beach destination. So I've been telling you a little bit about Savannah and a little bit about Tybee, and now you're going to see it for yourself. We've got a short video to show you, and we're going to cue that up for you.
All right, everyone. We have a video coming your way right now. I would like to let you know that if you have joined us via your phone, you may have some difficulty.
All right. So as you can see, Savannah is indeed a very special city, a very enchanted city, and we look forward to welcoming you. So please join us in November for the Destination Showcase. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you so much, Mindy, for that presentation. I'm actually really excited to go to Savannah. Again, my name is Lauren Fells, and I will be discussing all about the ASTA Destination Showcase hosted by ASTA. If there's anything that you miss here, either on this particular call, you can go to asta.org/showcase, or you can also see this in our PDF presentation if you are missing anything while we go through this. So we're going to discuss several things that you'll probably need to know if you're still on the edge about going to Savannah, or if you've already signed up for our showcase. This will be the agenda, hotel information, the tours that we have available, because as you heard, some of the tours are probably sold out. They are. And then our FAM for Tybee Island. So we want you all to start coming in on the 14th. That's when it starts. Prior to, because we'll be doing our sightseeing tours, the pre-sightseeing from 12 to 4 on the 14th. From there, once we get back to our hotels at 4 o'clock, there will be some different receptions that will happen before our actual Welcome to Savannah reception. So if you're new to ASTA or new to the Small Business Network, this is where you'll be able to meet some fellow colleagues and learn more about how you can be involved with ASTA, along with YPS, Young Professional Society's reception. That's for our 45-ish and under attendees only. I'm also a part of the YPS committee, so we will have something in the coming months to let you know exactly where we'll be meeting. It'll be a casual meetup, but at 6 o'clock, everyone will come to the Welcome Savannah reception just to kick off our showcase. On Monday, we'll have our breakfast and supplier elevator pitches, and this is where you'll hear 5-minute presentations from our supplier partners on what they do and how they can be of assistance to you. We'll also have at 10:45 a general session. So our general session actually will feature our keynote speaker, Jesse Blanco, who is Savannah's most recognizable media personality and co-founder of Eat It and Like It. So he'll be speaking more on the culinary side of Savannah, and also still talking to you in regards to making sure that you can sell Savannah successfully to your clients. We'll have a lunch and learn, where you're also to listen to valuable information while you are being fed. But then we'll break it on down to our education sessions. And one that I would like to highlight is Talking the Walk Savannah story with the pioneer of Savannah, Vonette Goodwalker. She's the owner and operator of Footprints of Savannah Walking Tours. You can choose that particular session, or you can go to increasing your group sales, whichever one works best for you and your business. At 3:30, we'll have our trade show where you're going to be learning and meeting up with local Savannah suppliers, and you'll get to hear more about their products. And then at 6 o'clock, it's always going to be some surprise, but we'll have an evening activity, which you'll learn about later on in the coming months. On Tuesday, we'll have the same breakfast and supplier elevator pitches in case you missed any from the day before, followed by supplier education sessions. So some of our suppliers will come in and actually speak to you about certain pieces of information you'll need to grow your business. That will then follow by another lunch and learn. And then you'll have at 1:15 our education sessions. Another one I would like to highlight is the Beginner's Guide to How to Manage Multiple Social Media Channels. That will be hosted by yours truly. So I will be speaking on that to help you out if you do have multiple social media platforms and you're trying to figure out how to manage all of them. If that is not something to your liking and you would like to go to session D, which is maximizing potential in every cruise sale, you can do that as well. That's going to be followed by our trade show and closing reception. So the trade show, it'll be the end of it, and that's where you'll get some prizes at the end, but it will be followed with some entertainment and a toast to conclude our actual showcase. And then we'll give you the night on your own to explore Savannah, since it's such a very beautiful city. On Wednesday, we'll go in and have our sightseeing tours. This will be our post-sightseeing tours, and they will start from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So let's get into the hotel, which is at the Westin. So Westin Savannah Harbor Golf Resort and Spa. This is going to be settled right on the banks of the Savannah River. It's a 90-second ferry ride from historic downtown, and it really does give you an elevated escape to Georgia's oldest city. What ASTA has for you is a very special room rate of $199 per night for a single or double occupancy, and the room block is from November 13th through the 17th. The biggest thing that I always like to say is that this room rate includes complimentary parking, in-room Wi-Fi, and it waives the daily resort fee. So if you try to go somewhere else, chances are you'll be spending a lot more money on it. Plus, you'll also won't be getting these different complimentary accesses of parking, Wi-Fi, and then you'll probably have to pay a daily resort fee, which kind of sucks. It's more money than you need to spend. So if you are interested, please consider booking here, because this is also where all of our education sessions and our general sessions will be. And we ask that you book your stay by October 18th. Sightseeing tours and FAMs, the moment you've been waiting for. Majority are sold out. So Savannah City Tours, the pre-tour for Tybee Island, which is our sightseeing tour, is sold out. And Put Some South in Your Mouth food tour is sold out. The two that are available is the Haunted Tour, History Tour, and the From Slavery to Civil Rights Black Heritage Tour for both the pre-sightseeing and post-sightseeing. Each tour is $20 and you can choose your option during registration, but please note that you can only sign up for one tour per day. You cannot do both at the same time. With our FAM, the Tybee Island that goes from November 17th to the 19th, our single occupancy, it's only 3 slots left. So if you do want a single occupancy, please make sure if you're interested to go ahead and get that slot before it's gone. We also have a double occupancy price of $99 per person. It will be at Hotel Tybee. So this includes the welcome reception, your breakfast and one lunch. You'll be able to see the Tybee Light Station Museum and have that tour. You'll also have the Marine Science Center tour. You'll visit Fort Pulaski National Monument and get on a dolphin boat tour. But please be mindful that this will sell out very fast, so you need to get on it if you can. As far as pricing, we are right now in our early bird still until August 31st. So these are the pricings for our ASTA members, our prospective members, and our non-industry guests. So it's probably to book now than to pay $100 more later. You would want to make sure that you get that. You contact us at meeting registration rates. So much.
Okay, thank you so much, Lauren, and to all of our
I believe we're going to do
presenters.
some question and answer. If anybody has any questions.
Yes, thank you so much to all of our presenters for your amazing presentation. Looks like we do have a few questions flowing in. Top one being, can we get Mindy's contact information? Mindy? Mindy?
Absolutely.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah. If you have any questions about the city or want to get in touch with me, you can reach me at mshea, S-H-E-A, that's M-S-H-E-A at visitsavannah.com. And my direct line, if you want to write that down, is 912-644-6419. If you didn't catch that, I'm sure the ladies here with ASTA can also send that to you.
Thank you so much, Mindy. Lauren, this question is more so directed towards you. We have a few advisors writing in that they were made aware of a code by Southwest Airlines. Is there a code to use to get a special rate?
There is a code to use for that. And the code, if it is not accurate on our website page, which it should be showing accurate on our website page, please send an email to meetings@asta.org, letting them know that the code is either invalid on the website, but there is a code for Southwest.
It looks like we have an advisor wondering if lunch is going to be provided or if they need to find something on their own. Lauren, I am going to go ahead and jump in here. We do have some sponsored lunches. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact 2 days that those sponsored lunches on, but they're the 2 main trade show days. So if you come in a day before or if you're leaving a day late, we will not have lunch, but the 2 main days of the convention, we will have sponsored lunch. Our next question is going to be for Joaquin.
Can I pitch in for that one?
Whoop, yes,
Sorry.
jump in.
Real quick question. I want to also verify that for your pre and post sightseeing tours, there will be lunch included as well. So on the 14th and on the 17th, lunch should be provided according to your tour if you're on that. But if you're not on the tour, you'll probably have to do lunch on your own those days.
Adding that additional insight. Joaquin, this next question is for you. It looks like we have a few advisors who are having difficulty signing up for your rewards program, and how do they go about doing that?
Okay, just send me an email. My email is on my contact. Right now, if you go to the dashboard and go to webinar, you can take out my email address. It's jalvarado.a, and I will help you signing in at Xcaret Rewards with no problem. Also, remember, you can sign up at Xcaret Sales Network.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Joaquin. Give me 1 second. We just have an onslaught of questions pouring in here. It looks like we have a few people asking if this webinar was recorded. Yes, this webinar was recorded, and it will be available by the end of the week in our ASTA.org video resource library. A couple other people have written in and said that the PDF attached, they have a few questions about it. The PDF attachment is the full presentation from today. So it starts with our sponsor speaker, Grupo Xcaret, goes to our destination sponsor, Visit Savannah, and then we close it out with our ASTA updates. So all of that will be located in that attached PDF. All right, coming back to you, Mindy, we have some people wondering what the weather is in November and what they should be expecting.
All right, great question. Typically, November is one of our best weather months. Highs will likely be in the 70s or so, and the nights are a little cooler. We're usually dipping down around the 50s in the evening, so I would bring a light sweater or jacket for your evenings and early mornings. By lunch or so, it's usually warming up. So fingers crossed, we should have some beautiful weather for you.
We have a lot of questions coming in, but I will say that not all of them are for the good of the group. So if your question has not been asked, please do not fear. I will be sure that the appropriate presenter is connected with you. All right. Lauren, do we know when our advisors are going to be able to select their sessions that they would like to attend? I do apologize. It might be me, but I do not hear you. So it says that you're self-muted? No?
That's why you don't, okay, there it is. Yes, yep, I was muted. It's okay. I'm known for this. But yes, we will have that information available to you in September. Right now, we're still finalizing a lot more of our education sessions that we have coming up, so you can be able to select them. Usually for these, if it's only just 2, then you can just pick which one you want to go to at that particular time of November. Otherwise, if there are any more added, then we'll probably have it set up where you need to select which one you need to go to.
Perfect. Thank you, Lauren. We have a question here from one of our advisors wondering exactly where to go to find this webinar recording. For ASTA members, if you go to asta.org and you are on our homepage, we have a few headings at the top of our homepage. These headings include About Us, Advocacy, Get Involved, Resources, Education and Events, and Find a Travel Advisor. If you go to Resources and you a drop down, kind of hover over it, a drop down does pop up. And then the second to last option is Library. And you will find a library of all of the different resources that we offer. So from our videos, which are our webinars, to our research reports, to the ASTA member logo, and our library of articles, as well as our magazine, all of that information will be located here under the Resources Library tab. Next question, Lauren and Mindy, this one's kind of geared toward both of you. Is there any possibility that more space might get added to those tours that are full?
Mindy?
No, we will certainly look at that. I mean, we'd love for everybody to have the opportunity to explore the city. So I'm sure we will be in touch with our partners and we will give you guys some updates on that.
Perfect. Thank you, Mindy. We have a few advisors asking questions on that. So I know that we have a whole bunch of eager people that will be awaiting that response. All right, let me just go ahead and give us one last comb through. The post fam to Tybee Island, does that start after the sightseeing tours?
It should. Mindy, correct me if I'm wrong. There are some people who do both the pre and the post, but would the post Tybee be completely separate? You're muted. Mindy, I think you're muted.
There we go. I'm pulling a Lauren. I believe from what we've looked at with the post fam, it looks like those pickups actually start in the morning from the hotels going out to Tybee so that you have the full day at Tybee. So I would recommend not doing your sightseeing tour that day because I believe they've got the full day planned for Tybee that day.
Perfect. Thank you, ladies. It looks like we have an advisor here wondering if there's a list of tour operators. So I'm going to first jump in here and say that all of our exhibitors thus far are listed in our sponsors section of the showcase website. But if you are looking for tour operators that are running these pre and post fams, I will go ahead and let Mindy take that.
I'm sorry, what was the question again? I missed that.
No problem, Mindy. Is there a list of tour operators who are providing the pre and post fams, possibly with contact information?
Yes, we will definitely make sure that you have that either in advance of the tours or just after. But yes, we definitely want them to be recognized. They're all going to be sponsors to a degree, you know, for these tours. So you will definitely be given all of that contact information, who would be your best contact at each one of those companies and organizations. Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And with that, I believe that will close out our questions that are for the good of the group today. Again, any questions that we did not answer live, I will make sure that our presenters are connected with you so that they can get with you personally regarding your question. But before I go ahead and close this out, would any of our presenters like to go ahead and say a few words to the group? I will go ahead and just do a quick roll call. And Mindy, just because I see that you're unmuted, I will go ahead and start with you.
Great. Now, again, we're just super excited to have everybody here. Savannah really is a special city. We're in the fortunate position to be, for those who have been here before, they want to come back. Those who haven't been have heard about us and they want to come. So we really do encourage you to go ahead if you've not signed up and make those plans now. You're not going to regret it, and you're going to be the envy of all your friends who haven't been here. So please come and see what it's all about. We really look forward to having you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mindy. Lauren, did you have anything for the good of our advisors that you would like to say? Oops, sorry, Joaquin, nope. The only reason I said Lauren is because I saw she was unmuted, but pop right on up.
Thank you very much. Sorry for that, Lauren. Sorry for overstepping. Well, I just want to say thank you to ASTA. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Mindy. And of course, thank you, Cara. And thank you for all the travel advisors. Savannah seems amazing. And well, have a great day. I wish you the best.
And last but most certainly not least, my colleague Lauren.
Hello, everyone. I just want to thank you all for participating in this webinar. I will be attending Savannah. It's my first time too, so I really would love to meet everyone here. So it's really going to be a great time, and I think also being that we're recovering from such a rough year, to be in person and really connect and really get ourselves revved up and geared up, even if we do Savannah, because Savannah is such a beautiful place. And when you start off small, this will definitely help you out and boost your sales for sure, and getting clients to come and see such a gem of a city. So I really look forward to seeing you all in November.
Thank you so much, Lauren. I just want to remind everyone to be sure to download this presentation from the handout section of your GoToWebinar pane before we end today. As I had mentioned, this webinar was recorded, and if you would like to listen to this presentation again, it will be available to all of our ASTA members on asta.org. And lastly, I would just like to thank our partners at Grupo Xcaret, as well as Visit Savannah, and of course to all of our advisors who took the time to join us for our webinar today. This will conclude our presentation, and we hope that everyone has a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us.